Hi, my name is Jackie Salvia, and today we'll be talking to you about coal power plants and the effect they have on the environment, humans, and some solutions to this problem. Coal is a non-renewable energy source that takes millions of years to form. It is formed from plants and other organic matter that died and then was covered by water and dirt. After undergoing physical and chemical changes and removing oxygen, the product left was coal. There are three different types of ranks of coal. The first one is lignite, which is the lowest rank and has the lowest heating value and carbon content. Bituminous is intermediate and has many layers to it, and the most abundant coal that is found and has a high sulfur content. Anthracite is the highest rank and has a very deep black color. It burns longer with more heat and less dust. There are more than 600 coal-fired plants that operate today in the U.S. So how does a plant operate? Before coal is burned, it is pulverized into talcum powder. Then it is mixed with hot air and blown into a firebox of the boiler. Highly purified water is pumped through the pipes inside the boiler. The water is heated until it becomes steam. The steam then pushes against the turbine blades, which are connected to the shaft on the generator. Magnets spin the wire coils to produce electricity. Steam is drawn into a condenser afterwards. Cool water from outside sources convert the steam back to water, which can be used in the process over and over again. Nearly 70% of the energy in the U.S. is provided from coal power plants. So some of the environmental impacts of coal plants. Coal power plants are the nation's top source of carbon dioxide emissions, which is a primary cause in global warming. Coal plants are responsible for more than half of the U.S. caused emissions of mercury, and they are the leading source of sulfur dioxide pollution. A typical plant emits around 10,300 tons of nitrogen oxide per year, and a burning coal power plant is the leading cause of smog, acid rain, and toxic air pollution. Some other pollutants that come from uncontrolled power plants are 114 pounds of lead, 720 tons of carbon monoxide, 220 tons of hydrocarbons, and 225 pounds of arsenic, which is just in 1 year. Not only do coal power plants have environmental impacts, but they also affect humans in such that there are nearly 7,500 deaths that occur from fine particle pollution of U.S. power plants. Some respiratory effects are pollutants from the coal power plants can lead to asthma, lung disease, and even lung cancer. Some cardiovascular effects are that the pollutants can lead to cardiovascular disease as well as cardiac arrhythmia and congestive failure. And some nervous system effects. Studies show that there's a correlation between coal-related air pollutants and stroke, and nearly 313,000 to 631 children are born in the U.S. with high mercury levels. So as we see, coal power plants provide a lot of energy at low prices since it is so abundant, efficient, and cheap. But as we saw earlier in my past two slides, there are many environmental and health impacts that are very detrimental to us, and we need to look into other solutions. So one solution is enhancing the existing plants to reduce the emissions. This can be done in a couple of ways. One is that we can become more efficient by increasing the amount of electricity produced while maintaining the same amount of coal that is used. Another option is using gasification, which is turning coal into gas and removing impurities while combusting it, so whatever pollution does come from the plants is not as harmful to the environment and humans. Another option is carbon capture storage, which is capturing CO2 in a flue gas and then storing it underground. The DOE has pledged to work towards advancing this clean coal technology. So a question people keep asking is, will coal eventually be outruled by renewables? And that's a hard question to answer right now because we rely on coal power plants for so much of our energy. And while only nuclear power plants provide around 20% and renewables only 10%. So the only way to shift towards renewables is to do it in combinations of solar panels, wind turbines, hydroelectric dams, and building more nuclear power plants. With combinations of installing more of these renewable sources each year, we can take down coal power plants with each one that is installed. It is a slow process to convert to renewables due to cost and the motivation when other energy sources are cheaper but harm the environment more. As we see, natural gas is going to start trumping the environment even more because they're becoming more popular. So that's why we hope to have renewables eventually trump the industry. But it is projected by 2038 that natural gas will take the market by providing around 56% of the energy, while coal will fall to 21%. It is definitely improvement, and we will see some decrease in the health and environmental impacts. However, we still need to focus on developing more renewables to help really outsource the problem. Thank you.